Hey there, folks. Meteorologist Matt Barrentine here with you, getting everything set up in the Fox 10 News Now Weather Center as you look at the severe risk zone here for today. Hold on, let me get everything all set up here. Hey, folks. Once again, I'm Meteorologist Matt Barrentine. We are looking at the possibility of some stronger storms today. Hope you've been paying attention the last couple of days. I've been talking about this. One thing that is new this morning, if you're just now, waking up, checking things out, is that the Storm Prediction Center has increased the risk of severe weather for our area today. They've popped up that level 2 risk, that slight risk. You can see that there in the yellow. Let me zoom in a little bit. And basically it's for inland counties here today. You can see that yellow here right through the inland counties. So that's where we had the possibility of a better chance of seeing some strong to severe storms as this system moves on in. I'll show you the futurecast here in just a moment to really break this down for you, but I wanted to get that out there first so you see what we're looking at and know that we do have risk of some severe weather today. Now here's the tornado risk from that same graphic, and the brown area you see is 5%. And 5% sounds really low, but keep in mind there's only so many days of the year where you have any risk at all of seeing tornadoes. And so 5%, while it isn't huge, is something we have to concern ourselves with and keep an eye out for today as the system moves on through. All right, so this is a significant tornado parameter. This is a model product that basically takes all the ingredients for a tornadic activity and kind of blobs it all together. A good scientific term there. All this does show us is where the energy is at for the possibility of tornadoes. It doesn't show us, here's where a tornado is going to happen. It shows us where the energy is at, where the fuel is at for the possibility of tornadoes. And I wanted to show you this because I want to show you that mainly, once again, you saw the inland counties is where they have that focused at. And this is why. You can see kind of this gray to yellow. It's kind of still in the low end, but it's all in the inland counties. It doesn't really go south of I-10. And thankfully, we don't see any, bright reds or purples on there. But, once again, we got to about that yellow color in a few spots here up around Highway 84. So that's what we're going to watch out for later today with the possibility. Of course, now, when you have that potential, you have that fuel there, you have to have storms moving through to take advantage of it. And so that's what we're going to be watching out for. You can see right here, here's the system. Strong south winds feeding into that, very warm air, very moist air off the Gulf, and that's creating the instabilities here in our atmosphere. Right now, what we're seeing is mainly some light showers, pretty good thunderstorm over around Biloxi, a couple of light showers here across parts of Mobile County and going into Washington County. I'll zoom in a little bit. There's one here around Wilmer, light to moderate rain, no thunder or lightning in that one. Let me just go up to the other one. There's one up here going towards McIntosh. So this is southern Washington County, northeastern corner of Mobile County along Highway 43. A light to moderate shower, no thunder or lightning with that one. Now there is another one over here, a lot of thunder and lightning. Pretty big thunderstorm here around, it's gone from Gulfport to Biloxi now, and here in Harrison County, Mississippi. Pretty decent thunderstorm there. And we're going to see a few more of these rolling in off the Gulf. There's a few more out there. You can see these out here, so these will probably roll in later on. So we're going to see some scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder later this morning as all that moves on through. So let's talk about timing with all this. Here's the important part. So if you've not been paying attention, this is probably the part you want to pay attention to. The futurecast, 10 a.m., nothing much. Noon. Now, one thing I will say about the high-resolution model today, I think it's underplaying some of the prefrontal storms. Pretty quiet there at noon. It may not be quite that quiet, especially here around 2 or 3 o'clock. By this point, I think we'll see a few showers and storms bubbling up, not widespread, but at least scattered about. So I think we're kind of on the low end here looking at this model. I hope the model's right. I hope it's pretty dead here at 2 o'clock. Don't get me wrong, but I just, looking at some of the modeling from the past days, it have been showing some storms around 2, 3, 4 o'clock. For whatever reason, this high-resolution modeling today is just kind of nixed most of that, and it shows a few out there, so there's possibilities. What the high-resolution modeling doing is showing that the main line holds together really well. That's around 6 o'clock. That's a pretty stout line of rain and storms here for us later today, with a few of those embedded that could be pretty strong. You can see that right here around 7. Look at that. See those purples popping up here occasionally in this line? Once again, north of 65, where that risk zone is at for some more potential severe weather. That's 7 o'clock this evening. So if you're in Mobile and Gulf Shores, Pensacola, you may not even see much weather by that point in the day, okay? Maybe a couple of passing showers or whatnot, but it may be until the evening hours till we get much of this. And 8 o'clock, now it's on I-65, now going down to Mobile County, and then it going through Pensacola, and we actually backed it up a little bit too far, because I want to show about when it's in Pensacola. About 9 o'clock here in Pensacola, Gulf Shores, southern Baldwin County. So like I said, it could be a while before you get into any real storm action day. So if it's just gray and cloudy and breezy where you're at all day long, you're like, where's this rain at? It's coming. It just may only be in that main line. Now, like I said, I do expect there to be some scattered showers out ahead of the main line, but they'll be scattered. Not everybody will get those. So those will be scattered about, say, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. There will be some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms scattered about the area, but there won't be a full-on line until late this evening for some places. So early 6 o'clock in the evening for northern parts of our area, 7, 8 o'clock for right along 65 through Mobile, and then Fairhope, Daphne, maybe 8 o'clock or so until it gets to you. Gulf Shores, Pensacola, maybe about 9 o'clock or so until it gets to you. So it's going to be a little later in the day into the evening hours, which is fine. Hopefully, just pay attention to us here at Fox 10. I'll be tracking this for you through all the way. Of course, we'll be back on at 9 during the show, but obviously if we're getting warnings, we'll be letting you know about long before then. So that's what we're looking at timing-wise here with this system today, and it pushes on through by this evening. Here's what it looks like with the temperatures. I mean, look how warm we get, mid-70s this afternoon. So very warm. That's part of the issue here that we're dealing with today. Just very warm. It creates that instability for these storms. Now, once that passes tonight, check out what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be one of those days that's kind of upside down. I think we'll actually start in the upper 40s tomorrow morning, or maybe around 50. And then our temperature will go up late in the morning to about 55, 56 degrees, and then it'll start dropping again in the afternoon. So it's going to be a day where it's a little bit lopsided. It'll feel cool really throughout the day. And then we drop down to the 30s on both Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Highs only in the upper 50s to around 60. So cooler days ahead after the system passes through. But once again, this is the story of the day, is the possibility of strong to severe storms later on this afternoon. Once again, this yellow area, that is that level 2 bullseye, and we have it for inland counties. When we have that level 1, just the green risk, very low chance we actually see anything, right? We get a lot of those every year that don't pan out. Once we get the Storm Prediction Center putting up this level 2 risk, now there's a pretty decent chance that we'll get something out of this. Now, nothing widespread. It won't be like everybody gets damaging winds or tornadoes or anything like that. It's not going to be widespread. But there's a decent chance that within that line that we're looking at coming through tonight, that there will be 1 or 2 damaging storms that do, that have some gusty damaging winds or even possibility of tornadoes. So that's where we're sitting right now with this. Once again, this is going to be late afternoon, early evening. That's when we expect most of this. We'll be tracking that for you here at Fox 10 News for everybody that joined here on our Facebook page. I do appreciate that. Let me go ahead and, if you just now joined, I'm going to go and put it back on the radar real quick so you can see where we're at right now. For everybody that joined on Facebook, we do appreciate it, and also on our YouTube page where we'll keep you informed really throughout the day. Hope you have yourselves a good one. Take care. I'll keep you updated all day long. Have a good one. See you soon.